So I was laying in bed the other night and the Spirit gave me a quick download, and I thought I would share it with you guys because I thought it's pretty deep and it made perfect sense. And like the Holy Spirit always speaks to you. It makes sense and you don't there's no confusion and it pierces the heart. So I was laying in bed and the Holy Spirit gave me a vision of me being married to this woman that I'm pursuing. And things are going great, and she loves God, and we click, and it just feels like the right person. And so then we get married and we have kids and everything's smooth sailing. Well, one night I walk into the bedroom of our marriage bedroom, right? And she's in bed on her phone watching like all kinds of porn. And for you guys, I haven't been on the sites in a long time, but the last time I checked, it was wild, man. Like things have escalated. The pot is boiling even hotter right now. So the Holy Spirit gave me this download that, what if you cut, you know, your soulmate. Well, I don't want to say soulmate, but your wife, that person you became one flesh with. Jesus says that two shall come together and become one flesh. So imagine now that you're one flesh and you walk in on your wife watching all kinds of crazy porn, and that would devastate me. Like I would feel terrible. I'd be like, damn, like she has this unsatiable appetite that like, I guess I'm not enough. And that's vulnerable to say, but I feel like most guys would feel like that. Like, damn, like that hurts. I don't want my wife that I've pursued for so long and things are clicking so good, and I don't want her fantasizing over other people over the internet, and the Spirit told me, well, that's what us guys are doing. We so many times, I know a lot of guys where, their wives catch them looking at porn, and it's a big issue right now. And I used to think, oh, come on, all the guys are on porn, just deal with it. And now I kind of feel for the women, like, damn, that would really suck, just having your husband, just having this unsatiable appetite and DMing girls on Facebook or Instagram and being hooked on porn and just cannot control himself. Like, and you got kids with this man and stuff, and like, I feel for that. And so that's why the Holy Spirit told me personally, he said, this is why I'm dealing with you right now, Tom. This is why I'm helping you, because why would you want to corrupt something so divine, something so spiritual? When you come to two become one flesh, why would you ever want to let that little worm in the back of your head and just go through all the checkpoints, all the breaking, all the walls that you, secure walls that you've made for your spouse? I hope that makes sense. Why would you allow yourself to be compromised when you've already become one flesh with this woman, and now you're letting in this sewer, this access to the sewer of crazy thoughts and imagination and fantasies and corruption? So I wanted to share this with you guys. Really think about that, if that gives you some motivation to get off the sites. I look at the stats and it seems like a lot of people are still on the sites, so I'm going to talk against it until nobody's on the sites. But I've struggled with it, and I've seen the benefits in my life of quitting and being on NoFap. My life has changed at least like 7 to 10x in every way. I've gotten better. So I want to share that encouragement with you. And if this story makes sense, if you can feel how that would cut me, how that would finally click, like, yeah, I wouldn't want my wife, after we went through all this deep connection, I wouldn't want her walking in on me just being like an animal and lusting after so many other women. Like that would hurt. That would hurt me. And that would probably hurt her. And so I think that's why the Spirit came and said, this is why we're working on this right now, Tom, because I have something good for you. I do have that woman for you. She's coming, but we got to deal with some things, and don't Like, I'm not going to give you something so precious so you can hurt it and abuse it and mistreat it, right? So I hope that makes sense. That's a direct message from the Holy Spirit. But sometimes I'm just laying in bed and I'm telling you the whole sentence, like, it happens in like 5 seconds. A whole story will just come right into my mind, and it comes and it pierces. That's why I know it's the Holy Spirit, because it does this surgery into my heart of man, you know. It does this surgery and it makes me feel empathy for other people and how that would feel, because I think I've spent a lot of time being pretty empathetic, pretty selfish, and not thinking about other people. But I'm turning the page. I'm finding a new chapter in my life, and I want to help other people in any way that I can, even if it's just one person. I have time, and I think I have a little bit of connection with the Holy Spirit, and if he tells me something that I find valuable, I want to share that with other people. But yeah, maybe today, you know, meditate on that. Like, what would that feel like? You know, it kind of makes sense. It's why we have to deal with this spirit of lust now and not later. And I'm totally susceptible to failure. I'm not saying I'm going to take a straight path right up to where I'm heading. It's going to be bumpy. I'm going to fall. I'm going to go up and down. And that's the name of the game. But I'm never going to stay down.